It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Hey, today we're going to have a conversation. It's going to be a tough conversation for my friends in the imaging channel. We're going to call it the box conversation because I really think the box conversation is well overdue. A lot of you are saying, oh shit, what are you going to talk about, Ray? What do you mean the box conversation? Well, I got to use my interactive board from ClearTouch. We're going to do some drawing. I got my magic pen in my hand. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier this week, I believe it was Tuesday, I did a video and I talked about the popcorn machine inside the Blockbuster store. I talked about the new carpet inside the Blockbuster store. And what I was really talking about was you can't just add things when the core deliverable's broken. And then when you add things when the core deliverable's broken that don't change the way you do business, that don't fundamentally change what's wrong with the core, well, you fade away like Blockbuster did. In other words, you can't put a fresh coat of paint and try to make something irrelevant relevant again. You got to basically knock down the damn building and build a new relevance. And then I did a video where I talked about managed print services in people's houses. I got to be honest with you. Someone was actually talking to me about this and I wanted to, shoot myself. What a crazy conversation. People aren't going to manage print in people's houses. So then people might say to me, well, Ray, man, you're just, what are we supposed to do? You make fun of us when we sell PP gear. You make fun of us when we sell the thermostat machines. We're trying to survive out here. Well, folks, I'm trying to teach you some valuable lessons. But today I figured maybe the box can finish off that lesson for me because some of you still don't quite get it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to draw a box. I'm not the greatest drawer in the world, but bear with me. In that box is my friends in the imaging channel. Just put IC for imaging channel. And in that box are 1990 business processes that quite frankly haven't changed since 1990. But here's the problem, my friends. Everything we're trying to do in this 1990 business box is totally contrary to what our customers are doing in their 2020 world. We're confining ourselves to a 1990 business box, and our customers are out there struggling in a 2020 world, and we're trying to jam products and services to them in this struggling world the way we were comfortable in 1990. And if we continue to do that, you know what's going to happen? Well, that box is just going to implode, fade away into oblivion. And then replacing that box is going to be a whole new industry that's living in this 2020 world. Because the customers in that 2020 world are getting tired of waiting for people to get out of a 1990 box. So now let me talk about what I mean by the popcorn machine or the new carpet in the Blockbuster store. What does that represent for my friends in the imaging channel? We still sell MFPs, my friends, the same way we did in 1990, and it's the year 2020 and we're in a global pandemic. We're afraid to go have conversations with those customers and explain to them that the equipment they have going forward is probably way oversold, way overspec'd. We want to help you through the new process. Because see, folks, in 2020, they're not buying gigantic A3 MFPs, they're buying A4s. We're trying to go into this 2020 global world, and we're trying to sell managed print services, which I'm going to tell you right now, and once and for all, we all get this through your head, managed print services in the SMB space has been a miserable, miserable failure. It's never worked. Never. It was built for enterprise. That's where it lives. And when I say we're not going to manage people's printers in their houses, that's exactly what I mean by that model. By this stupid 1990 model that we're trying to jam down the throats of the 2020 customer. You know how you're going to manage people's printers in their houses? You're going to build a 2020 delivery system, and you're going to allow your corporate customers to go to your damn website and hit buy now and get a printer that they can have in their house. And when they need toner, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go to the website for the company. And in that intro website, you have created a portal for them to buy all the stuff they need at their house. Isn't that interesting? because that's a 2020 process. But when Blockbuster put the popcorn machine and they thought the smelling popcorn would bring customers into the store, that's what we're doing. What can we continue to do that's past relevant? And we can't anymore. Now we're selling PP gear. I think PP gear is opportunity. Obviously, you should make the money when you can make it. But if you think you're going to, sell masks on your website and have them call you up to get them, you're out of your mind. If you think you're going to send a blast out to all of your customers and say, we now have masks, you're out of your mind, because every vendor that does business with them is doing that. They're probably getting them from their healthcare insurance provider, not their copier company. But here's a reality for you, my friends. Think about Clover Imaging. They said, you know what? We got to get into PP gear. We're a global distributor. Well, they have a huge network of people that they provide products to. And you know where a lot of those people live? Well, they live in, you guessed it, the office products resellers world. And all those office products resellers, guess what they did? Well, around the year 2000, they got out of their 1990 box and they actually built e-com platforms. So when this pandemic hit, they just called my friend Jim and said, hey, Jim, can we add PP? Can we add your PP gear to our catalog? And Jim said, absolutely. Just flip the switch on, off and running, they went. And in the meantime, my friends in the Imaging Channel, we're trying to sell PP gear with a 1990 process. We got these fantastic thermostat machines. We're out there trying to hawk them like it's 1990. We're not building a process around that. We're not building an infrastructure deliverable around that. We're trying to sell a product. Crazy. Because in the 2020 world, it's all about services, folks. Let me just put services here. It's about subscriptions. We can't even change the way we bill for print output without having conniption fits. The no-meter billing. Everybody's talking about no-meter. Oh, it's crazy. What if they plant solid black sheets up? Oh, we're just going to go broke. It's pure insanity. In 2020, you know what people do? They use data. Why do you think NextEra is such an important part of my mission? Because they have data. And they're trying to help dealers use data to change the way we bill to align more with 2020 processes. Folks, here's the reality. If we don't get out of this damn box, we're not going to have to worry about it much longer. Because here's the problem. Our customers, well, guess where they're going to be? It's just a numbers game. In just a few short months, they're already going to be in 2021. Not only do we need to get out of this 1990 box, but we need to build a new box that'll get us to the year 2025. And then constantly modify that box. Constantly cut sides out of that box so we can expand. It's not about being forced to change anymore. It's the dealer owners that can modify along the way that will keep relevant. And if we continue to sit in our box because we think we're great change experts and when we're desperate enough we can change, that box will in fact collapse and implode. My friends, I hope you enjoyed my box lesson. Because we all know this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all on Monday.